15 years seems about impossible. You know, Steve is a Kearney native, takes off to New York City, comes back to Kearney with a dream, and he and a former classmate, they've created quite a mark in the performing arts. And so we've watched it. I don't know that we've missed a production in 15 years. Probably have, but you can count them on one hand.
I think Crane River brings, and theater in general, brings a lot of value to the community by obviously putting on great performances, but also it does bring in people from around the state or sometimes even out of state. We've had a lot of people bring family members and compare it to Broadway or shows that they've seen in LA. So Steve Barth is someone that had a vision to bring theater to Kearney and bring these education programs to Kearney. And so we brought that to life, and then since then he's been running the theater company, developing programs and designing shows and directing shows to promotions, and just he does everything, and he's the glue that holds it all together.
Crane River Theater was created 15 years ago by myself and my friends Brian Botsford and Brooke Bradford. We grew up in Kearney and really wanted to share what we love to do with our community, so we thought pool our artistic resources together and put together a show. And so we did one show that first year, and then 15 years later we're doing upwards of 8 shows a year, as well as education programs for people throughout the state. So in 15 years, Crane River Theater has had 41,500 kids take part in our arts education programs. So we travel around to communities throughout the state with productions and educational workshops and classes from kids all the way from preschool up through high school, and really just teach them about how theater and music and dance can be impactful and make a difference in people's lives. Many people ask us how Crane River Theater began, and I suppose the real story is in 2009 we were back for Christmas, my friends Brian, Brooke, and I in Kearney, and we talked about doing a show here in our hometown of Kearney. And I then went home before heading back to New York, where I was living at the time, and mentioned it to my mom. Well, little did I know that once I went back to New York, a couple months later she called and said, I've already called the Kearney Area Community Foundation, you can go under their umbrella. I've called the Park and Recreation Department, you can do a show at Yanni Park. I've called all the Children's Museum, the YMCA, so you can do educational programs with them. And so I thought, well, I guess we're gonna be doing this then. And so that gave me the opportunity to come back that summer after Christmas and spend a couple months launching the theater, spending time with my mom and getting this all started with friends Brian and Brooke. Which was a real blessing to me, because that later holiday in that year, my mom passed away. So it gave me an opportunity to have 2 months with her that I wouldn't have otherwise had in any given opportunity. So from that day forward, I knew that Crane River Theater was exactly what I was meant to do. Crane River Theater brings in artists from all over the country. So each year we travel to different audition sites where we audition up to 4,000 people for the productions that we produce here in Kearney. And so these people from all over the country come to central Nebraska to spend months at a time with us to do shows and spend time in our community and teach our children. And so it's just been so great to be able to share these artists with our community, and then also equally showcase the talent that we have here in our own town to all these people from outside.
Steve, Brian, Corey, all the volunteers, your board, can't imagine the impact not only that you've made here locally, but how many lives you've impacted of young people across the United States that have come back to Kearney. We look forward to many more years of your artistry in this part of the world. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Crane River Theater and all of those that are involved. I am so proud to be a part of this theater company in so many different ways, and there could not be a small business more deserving than Crane River Theater.
Thank you, Kearney, for supporting Crane River Theater these last 15 years. When this journey began, we had no idea that so many people were going to support us throughout this process, and it's just been this overwhelming sense of joy being able to share what we love to do with all of you.